It's Let's Go with Muddy Gnomes.
Let's go!
Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Go with Muddy Gnomes. A brand new year, 2024. Happy New Year to all of you out there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Chris. Happy New Year.
I'm here with the OMG. We've just today, Staci just today realized.
We just coined it.
Just pointed out that original Muddy Gnome is OMG.
Let's go!
So now, of course, Arjan I think he's ordering T-shirts like right now while we record.
Oh yeah, they're being knit right now.
Yeah.
At the
Staci
Waldorf
Baker,
School.
Happy New Year to you, my dear.
Happy New Year to you.
Yes. So thank you to everybody for the love we've got regarding episode 1 a couple of weeks ago. It's really fun to see how people are consuming it and discussing it on YouTube, on our Instagram, and on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Yay!
Amazing. We're definitely in double-digit viewers.
I know, it's amazing.
It's
It
amazing.
is.
The growth is astounding.
Yes.
Literally, we are thrilling tens of people
Yes.
around the globe.
Yes, we really are.
Tens?
Tens.
Well, we don't know exactly if we're thrilling them, but they're watching.
The word on the street
Is thrilling?
is that people are thrilled.
Okay, that's good.
A lot
Okay.
of
I
people
like
are
that.
saying that we're thrilling people.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I mean, we
No.
knew this would take off and to hit tens of people.
I know.
I mean,
I mean, it's crazy.
you couldn't ask for more.
And listen, because of, I don't mean to brag, but because of my connections,
Yes.
and you too, we're huge in Europe.
Yes. Yeah, we have a big Europe following, right? How many people in England and Holland?
My battery's dead.
So it begins. How did that happen?
Yep, here we are.
We are 2 minutes into the podcast.
Well, we got that camera too.
No,
And
it's okay. I've got another battery right here.
Staci's
Oh, you got another battery.
camera
Okay, good.
battery is
So,
dead.
okay, so
Okay, well, that's a great start.
and now I'm hung in my
The
brain.
motto of Muddy Gnomes is always be somewhat prepared, and it does have
Yeah.
a question mark off.
So, yes, exactly. Somewhat prepared,
mean-
maybe, if you need to be.
If
We
you need
kind
to
of
be.
go by the seat of our pants,
We
don't you
do.
think?
So today on episode 2, we're going to have a long segment on Staci searching her handbag for a new camera battery.
Yes.
We're going to talk about what is new in the world of cold immersion. And we are going to talk today about breathing.
Oh, yes.
And how breathing is a fundamental component of cold immersion, and frankly,
Of life.
Life.
Of life.
The
breath of life.
I am breathing now.
Are you?
I'm debating breathing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really am.
Staci's.
I might start soon.
Stacy's holding her breath.
Staci is holding her breath
With a
and
new
appears
battery.
to have found a new battery. I can't wait to edit around all of this.
I know, I'm sorry.
No worries.
It's going to be fine.
Oh, it'll be fine. What could
What is
possibly
that
go
Japanese
wrong?
word? Perfection and imperfection?
Yes. Should we
Unagi?
talk about that? No, that's actually a really great topic.
I know.
About how with
Wabi-sabi.
Japanese
Isn't it
pottery.
Isn't it wabi-sabi?
I
think
don't
it's
know.
wabi-sabi.
I think
It's-
you're just making up
No,
Japanese
no,
sounding
yeah.
words.
You would
Because
think that.
we like that.
But that's why I remember it. Because it is so silly.
So it is
Look it
the
up.
philosophy.
Wabi-sabi?
Wabi-sabi.
And we're back.
Oh,
Staci Baker
too much.
is back in the
Yes.
building.
Woohoo!
Okay,
We
let's
gotta
carry
come
on.
up with a cool name for you.
Well, you're the OMG. I don't know if we need anything else.
We can add to that.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey, wabi-sabi,
Yes.
Yes.
Wabi-sabi.
according to
Right?
Wikipedia, In traditional Japanese aesthetics, wabi-sabi is a worldview centered on the acceptance of transience and imperfection.
Exactly.
The aesthetic
Yes.
is something described as one of appreciating beauty that is imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete in nature. It is
correct.
prevalent in many forms of Japanese art.
Yeah.
So,
Wabi-sabi.
wabi-sabi,
Wabi-sabi.
is it.
I embody wabi-sabi.
So, and here's the other tradition that they use that with. When a beautiful piece of pottery or a teacup is damaged, they go off to a special wabi-sabi guy that will
Wabi-sabi guy.
that will take like different types of metal and reinforce the crack and
Right.
and then take
Yeah.
some of the porcelain and put it back, and the imperfection becomes stronger than the whole.
Well, it's also if you break a bone, right?
Exactly.
If you break a bone and it heals,
Right.
the part where it heals
It's stronger.
is stronger than the rest of the bone. Shall we go really deep for a minute?
Yes, let's go. You know, the
Because-
deeper the better.
That is what it is with people as well, right?
Right.
If something bad happens to you,
Yes.
you become stronger through it. And that's
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
and that's the duality with your kids, right? You don't want them to be anything bad happening to them, but they cannot grow without shit happening to them.
Sorry, we'll earn the explicit rating.
I think so too.
Shit happening to them.
Exactly.
There you go. Fuck
Not
right.
that you should promote shit happening to them.
But shit
clearly,
happens.
but-
That's part of life.
exactly.
That, I mean, and really, it's not if shit happens; it's what happens after the shit happens,
Right.
and,
And
how
it's
you
how you
handle
handle
it.
the shit.
Exactly. When you handle shit,
Right.
it can either be smelly, or you
I
can.
think we're straying into stretched metaphor land here, and shit happens every day. I mean, there's a spectrum of shit.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
There's
Of course.
little shit
And there's big shit.
and there's big shit.
Yeah.
So it's a new year. We're a few days into the new year. What is this? What's the date? What is the date we're recording?
The 11th.
The 11th.
The 11th of
The 11th.
January. How are you liking it so far?
So far, so good for me. You know, clocks and calendars are still irrelevant in my
Irrelevant.
life.
Time doesn't exist.
Time does not exist.
It's like you're in an ice bath.
Well, and then it stops.
We have had a few cool things happen this year. Was it on New Year's Day? There was
Yeah.
a big community event at Mascoma Lake in New Hampshire.
Yep, January 1st at 10 o'clock.
Oh,
This woman,
I was asleep.
Kelly Boucher, I think is her last name. I'm not. She is a big cold plunger, lives in Enfield.
Yeah.
And she organized this community cold plunge. And we, as Muddy Gnomes, hopped on that train and helped promote it. And we went there with our trailer. And Kelly said, "Well, I'm expecting maybe 20 people." So we're going, "Okay, that's
Yeah,
pretty good,
a lot of
right?"
people.
I think like 60 or 70 people showed up. It
Really?
was amazing.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was amazing. So we sort of did the whole thing together. Everybody went in. You know, it was a New Year's plunge.
Right.
So a lot of people had never done a cold plunge before, so just ran in.
It was a dip.
Dipped in and came out. And some people stayed in longer.
Right.
But yeah,
But everybody got
amazing.
exposed.
everybody got exposed. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really, really great.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Are you continuing with your cold shower
Oh,
ritual?
yes. Those cold showers are my jam.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Mr. Flockton?
Well, it's funny you should ask.
Yeah,
Right?
because that was the best day of my life watching that.
So
That was
a few
great.
days ago, I was taking a shower, and I thought, fine. Actually, it was premeditated I know, because I set a camera up in advance.
Right.
I'm like, I am gonna just set this camera running, and at the end of my shower, I'm going to turn it cold, and I did. And I think I handled it really well.
Oh,
Yeah, you sounded very calm.
yeah, you
Where
were
is it?
collected.
Let's see. I'll
Yeah.
Okay, Arjan and Staci, I'm thinking about you in my shower, and I'm gonna do it. Ah! Oh, this fucking sucks! Ah! 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 Ah!
Okay, you got the
Yeah,
idea.
that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so how much of that was theatrical and how much of that was real?
Oh, that was all real.
It was all real?
Because I just slammed it to cold.
Right.
Right?
You
And
have to do it that way.
And, I mean, I'm panting and
Yeah.
shrieking and
Cursing.
and it was as long. Well, the video is a minute 55, so let's say maybe there was a minute
Yeah.
of exposure,
Which is pretty good.
felt like
Which is
a-
really
a
good.
very long time.
Yeah.
We have very cold well water.
Yes.
At,
Yeah, it's like
So do
40,
I.
45,
at
I
our
think.
house, and it was.
Yeah, it's cold.
So I'm driving home from collecting my son at school yesterday, and Nate just like out of nowhere said, "Oh, I did the cold shower thing." I'm like, what? He's like, "Yeah, I did it this morning." I'm like, "Really?" He said,
Yeah.
"Yeah." He said, "I mean, I didn't like curse and scream like you because I'm not a wuss."
That poor child has no body fat either. He must have been
I
like,
know. He just-
there's no insulation.
He just apparently quietly did it on his morning shower, and
That's awesome.
And that was that. So, all right. So
Yeah.
I popped my cherry. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like I haven't
Yeah.
been in cold water ever before in my life, but I did it despite all my shrieking. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Good.
So
How did you feel afterwards? When you got out of the shower, what were you thinking? How were you feeling?
I felt good. I felt I felt alert. I felt invigorated.
Right.
I felt acutely aware that I had just embarrassed myself and I was going to be forced to share it with everybody.
But were you also
But-
aware that you just did something hard?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, and here's I think Shannon spoke about this at the last public ice bath experience we
Right.
had, is about not thinking about it beforehand.
Right.
Now, there was a little premeditation on my part, but I didn't think about it right up until I stuck my head out and said,
I'm gonna do
gonna
it."
do it.
Yeah.
So, sort of the don't anticipate the potential awfulness.
Yeah.
Well, because you run the risk of talking yourself out of it.
Right.
Right. So don't even open that door. So
Right.
I understand that. Also, Miss Shannon, being the lovely Waldorf teacher that she is, would also say, you have to be in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're not, it's not about what happens after or before. It's what's happening in that moment. Yeah.
So she was also at the New Year's plunge.
Oh, yeah?
She came to the New Year's plunge, as did Denise and I forgot her.
Sandy?
Sandy, Denise
Yes.
and Sandy from Bouchard's
No kidding.
barbershop here in White River Junction. Yeah, they came. They were the first ones there. When we pulled up,
Yeah.
they were waiting for us. They were the first
That's
ones
great.
there. They were awesome.
That is really, really.
But isn't that so great?
Wonderful, yeah.
Just so many people that you go
Yeah.
get a haircut, and all of a sudden, these women are just going in an ice bath in White River Junction first, and then not a week later,
Yeah.
going into cold water.
So
in,
you've converted them.
I think so. It
Well,
seemed that
and
way.
the other thing that happened too, and I think maybe I told you guys, but so I got a text message from a friend going, "Hey, I just went to get a haircut, and all they could talk about was taking a cold plunge." I mean,
That's
so I
awesome.
mean, how connected is this as a community?
Yeah.
How connected are we?
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
But it comes back to the same thing, right? It's an ice bath. It's crazy. Nobody wants to do it because, it's an ice bath. But once you try it, then you feel how amazing it makes you feel, and you weirdly want more.
You weirdly want more, and also you want to share the experience.
Right.
Right? You want to say, because this is a big deal.
Right.
It took 2 minutes out of your day to go do this, but it isn't, it's charging you up to do so
Yeah.
much more for the rest of the day.
So Chris, just to
Yes.
get back to your shower for a second,
Oh, please.
that was an evening shower, right?
It was.
Yeah. So imagine if you did it in the morning.
Right.
You'll be charged for the whole day.
Yeah. I feel I slept well.
Yeah.
And that actually
doesn't
works
really
too.
Well, a lot of people also say if they take a cold shower in the morning or during the day, right? That they sleep, or an ice bath, that their sleep greatly improves.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt I felt good after I came out.
But Chris, let me ask you this.
I lost track of time with all the
Time doesn't
screaming
exist.
And the histrionics.
Well, that's the you're only focusing on the cold, right? Whether you're screaming or not.
You were in my head because you were talking about.
I love this.
I only did it because of you two nutbags. But you were in my head when we talked on the last episode about you had a couple of flyers, you called them.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm not going to be a flyer. Because first of all, there's video running.
Right.
Yeah.
And second of all, I'm not going to be the guy who leaps out.
Yes.
So I'm like, I have to take it for at least a
Yes.
few seconds.
Yeah. Would you do it more often?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't done it since.
Just to
Sorry.
be fair, I haven't done an ice bath since New Year's, so.
What?
What?
Hey, you
Let's go
listening?
into a studio, he said, and record a podcast about cold immersion, he said.
Cold
Yes.
shower this morning.
What a fraud. You, brownie points.
Thank you.
Not so much.
Hey,
We've
OMG, I
both-
don't need to prove myself anymore.
Oh,
No, but you also got to listen to your body, right?
Right.
that's true.
So we've all had like colds at our house.
Yeah.
So then I'm going, what? You know what? I'm just gonna hold off for a little bit, and then I'll hop back into it again. That's okay.
I think the big message here is listen to your body.
Yeah.
But also listen to your body, knowing that you have an idea that you want to achieve. Make your decision, and then don't look back.
Right.
Right? Like, today's not the day. Tomorrow's a new day. I think what you run the risk of is procrastination. So I think you have to be on guard
Yes.
about not letting that
For
take
sure.
over. I think you also have to, sort of analyze and realize that fear can be a great motivator. And maybe you're not fearful necessarily of getting into the cold shower, but you're fearful of how you're going to feel. Like, this is going to suck. I
And
don't
it
want
is.
to do it. And it is. But you overcome that fear as a motivator to do something that you really don't want to do is a good motivator.
Yep.
Right?
Agreed.
Because now you're faced with the challenge. Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do it?
And this is your
Right.
competitive nature again, right?
It 100%.
Yeah.
And I will use that as a challenge. If
Right.
I'm afraid, why am I afraid? If it's a case of maybe I'm sick or maybe something's going on, it's like,
Right.
okay, that's okay. Like, I'll take a break.
Right.
But don't procrastinate.
No.
Right. Can I
No.
just point something out?
Yes, sir.
I'll edit this out of the podcast
Or not,
or not.
Who knows?
depending on how funny it is.
I don't have a Muddy Gnomes t-shirt.
What?
What the hell?
I know. What
This
the
is
hell?
a
don't have-
travesty.
Wait 1
No,
second.
don't take that off. Don't be taking your clothes
No,
off.
no.
Don't take
It's gonna
your,
no,
that one's
don't
too
really.
small.
And don't.
That's too
because
small.
that's going to mess up the editing.
No, it's not. This is good. This is good stuff.
You're, what size is that?
It's extra large or something. Oh, hang on.
I didn't realize there would be performance. Oh, thanks.
Now you have one.
You see, with muddy,
Wow.
with
With the OMG all
smell.
All
OMG
over it.
smell.
OMG.
What size is it?
It's a large.
It's a large. Well, just for
And
the
I think
for the show, just try and put it on. Doesn't matter if it breaks or not. Ah,
The
Chris.
shirt off his back.
My
Oh, look at
goodness.
this.
Look at that.
Holy. Yeah.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
it.
Yes.
Now that's good. That's good. That's
I
good.
got a full. Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Muddy Gnomes.
That is good, man. That's a handsome looking shirt on you there.
Isn't it though?
Good color.
Good, yeah.
Thanks.
I do. I really like that color a lot.
Yeah.
Crooked.
Crooked. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it in post.
Well, there you go.
So,
Awesome.
thank you.
Yeah.
I might
The
just
shirt
put
off his
on,
back.
I might just put on.
Oh,
a,
let's show those.
So these, I'll just put one of these on. These are the speaking of original,
Oh, I love that.
right?
That's
So this
OMG
is
all the way.
When it was still obstacle course racing, so I'll go in a little there. Can we see it?
Nice.
And what's on the back?
On the back is same logo, but then it says Vermont Style Fitness and Obstacle Course.
That's great. Just for the record,
Yeah.
I'm not changing clothes.
So let's
Breathing.
Let's talk a little about breathing. We know it's a fundamental component of cold immersion, and when I've seen people go in for the first time with you coaching them through it, you realize just how important it is, because
Right.
your instinct is to sort of panic and hyperventilate,
Right.
or hold your breath, or
Well, and it's so intense that a lot of people tell us afterwards that they really like being guided that way, because they don't realize that they're holding their breath, right? Because you're
Yes.
so shocked
Right.
that they don't realize what they're doing, and then they hear me going, "Don't hold your breath. Deep breath in, long breath out. Don't hold your breath," because they don't realize that they're doing
Yeah.
it.
right.
And then when I'm there right before, talking to somebody through like what's going to happen, because there's a lot of, some people are very anxious. It's like, just look in Arjan's eyes. He's going to tell you how to breathe. And if you do that, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Works 100% of the time.
A lot of people hold their hands
Yep.
as well,
Yep.
literally.
Yeah.
Which is because it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
An ice bath. It's not, it's a scary thing. Once you know the trick, then it's a lot easier.
Right.
But it's a scary thing.
Yep.
It's a big deal for people to go in an ice bath. And that's just one instance of breathing, right? And in the cold bathing, took cold exposure and breathing sort of go hand in hand, because you need to breathe right to get through the cold. Which brings you into breath work, which is an encompassing name for the different ways you can breathe. And one thing that's really interesting about breathing is that breathing is one of the only things that you do subconsciously, but you can influence consciously. So you'll breathe no matter what, right? Because even if you don't think about it, you breathe. But you can purposely hold your breath, or breathe in more, or breathe out more. And that's the only system in the human body that you have no control over and control over at the same time, which is very interesting. The most important thing about breathing is what everybody says is you should only breathe through your nose unless you're talking, because then you cannot breathe through your nose. But besides that, you should keep your mouth shut, Chris, and only breathe through your nose.
Christopher.
Which is something that you should just practice, because once you practice it and you become aware of it, then after a while it becomes second nature. If you snore, you cannot snore if you only breathe through your nose. And you'll sleep much better. Some people even tape their mouth at night.
Yep.
I've seen that.
I have
Yeah.
seen that too.
It works miracles.
Taping your mouth.
Yeah, for it's just a thin tape that if you really need to open your mouth, you just open it and the tape just comes off. But it sort of makes you aware
Right.
of just breathing through your nose. And I use so most of us, and I have a feeling you as well, Chris, because your nasal passage seems narrowish.
Oh,
Really?
So
It is a little narrow,
Hang on, try
actually.
this.
What do
Try
you
this.
it is
Yes.
narrow.
So take a deep breath in through your nose. Okay, now do this. Get your fingers, do this, and pull away here, and do it again.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
A lot more air,
A lot more.
That
air.
is amazing.
right?
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is
So
really something.
I use these things. We're not sponsored by these guys yet.
Well,
So these things sort of keep your nose open while you wear them. So this does the same as that.
How's it doing?
and wait, is it pushing out?
No, yeah, it's
Or is it
just
pulling
it's
in?
just a circle here. Try and you put it in with the round side down. Try it. I'll give you one. I'll give
I'm
you
good.
one.
I'm good. Put it in with the round side down.
Yeah, like
So
that, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, this is.
There you go.
I recommend you get
Try
the
it.
video version of this podcast because
It might take a little getting used to.
shoving things up our nose at this point.
This is not what I thought I would be putting in
this
my
is-
nose
I
today.
did not have this on my bingo card today.
Right? And it feels a little odd in the beginning. Hang on.
A little off.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Round side down.
Round side down, exactly. Like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and just sort of hook it in.
That's amazing.
You feel the difference?
Huge difference.
Right?
Yeah.
So this also,
That's
while you wear it,
Oh, holy cow.
holy crap.
while you wear it, this also sort of makes you focus on breathing through your nose.
It's not real comfortable.
Yet. You got to get used
Oh,
to it a
but
little.
man, the breath-wise, that is amazing.
That's remarkable.
So you should only, unless you're talking, in and out through your nose is the best way to
Feels
breathe.
like my nose is like 4 times wider than it was before. The amount of the difference.
There is so much that happens. You know how big your naval cavity is behind your nose?
Your nasal cavity,
It's
nasal?
ginormous.
You're not your navel.
not your navel cavity.
No,
I
not
got a
talking-
pretty decent sized
Yeah,
navel
yeah,
cavity
yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
but-
Your nasal. There's so much that happens in there that it's really, they say it's the best thing you can do for your health.
This is
breathing
crazy.
through your
Is this crazy?
I mean, I'm really surprised.
I'm really
Right?
surprised too.
There's all different types. We have these. I don't like these. I like these. The mute, breathe more, snore less.
Mute.
Mute.
You know, I actually feel like my voice is stronger.
Really?
Like I do because I typically have I have a nasally kind of voice sometimes.
Right.
And I feel like something in my throat feels a little clearer. Is that just my head or is that actually true?
Shall I tell you something else crazy?
Yeah.
So if you only breathe through your nose, right, you keep your mouth shut, and when your mouth is shut, your tongue should rest, and it will if you do this. If you start doing this, your tongue will rest on the roof of your mouth.
Okay.
It will. If you give
I
it
believe
time,
you.
it will. And that's the natural place for your tongue to rest. And that, over time,
That's what she said.
I was going to say that. Been there, done that.
over time, that'll even change your facial structure.
Change your.
Facial structure. Because
Wow.
of the pressure that's up there, right, on the
Oh.
roof of your mouth, it'll so a lot of the dental problems in this country in particular is, well, clearly sugar is
Yeah,
a big
right.
issue. But another big one is that a lot of people breathe through their mouth and the tongue is not on the roof of their mouth. So that means the pressure is gone. So the jaw sort of shrinks and there's no more room for all the teeth.
Wow.
It's amazing.
So do you have a book on this? Like,
Yeah.
is there? Can we link that somewhere? Because I
this
really
is,
want to read more about
Breath
this.
by James Nestor. It's
Is
a
that-
really good book.
Okay.
And
It's-
that is what got me into the cold
So-
exposure, really.
In that book, is he talking about this little
Yeah.
device?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Breath
I
by
see.
James Nestor.
It's pushing the front of my nose apart.
Yeah.
Those little rings.
It's keeping your nose open. So when you breathe in through your nose, without it, it collapses with you and with me. Not everybody has this problem, right? But a lot of people do. And this prevents your nose from collapsing when you breathe in through your nose.
It just feels wonderful. Like I'm really, really shocked.
Yeah, me too.
When you breathe through your nose, another benefit of it is that it creates a lot of nitric acid.
I'm sorry, he's Dutch. What Arjan actually means is nitric oxide. Also, we're not doctors.
which is a very good component, and it opens your veins in your arteries.
Oh.
So it dilates your arteries, which is good for high blood
I'm-
pressure and stuff like that. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I'm guessing
interesting.
you don't want this back, so I'm going to wear it for the
No,
rest
keep
of the
it.
day.
Yeah, exactly. And what I do, because after a while, it might get a little irritating. You know, sometimes when I wake up in the morning.
I can barely feel it.
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable after
believe me,
time.
After a time,
Yeah.
it will.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm going, I've had enough. And if so then I put it on the windowsill or something or someplace, and then a little bit later I pick it up again and I put it back in again. You can wash it and then just use it again. You can use it I use it for quite a while. They say like for 3 months or something.
Oh,
for
wow.
a pack. I don't know. I use it constantly. Mute.
Mute.
It's those little steps, right? This is a little thing.
Yeah.
Just breathing through your nose.
I really feel a difference in my voice. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not vibrating as much. It's really bizarre.
Yeah. Well, and then besides breathing through your nose, there is a lot of people are shallow breathers. They don't breathe. They only breathe through their chest
Yeah.
and not their belly.
Yeah.
And your biggest capacity for your lung is when
Yes.
you breathe through your belly. So once you start doing that, to me, that was one of the biggest advantages to the Wim Hof breathing method, because you lay on the couch and it says in through your your
Yes.
belly, in your chest, and then out. So that really gives you the practice
Yes.
of taking really longer, deep breaths.
And yoga does that too.
Yeah,
And
yoga does that too.
meditation does.
Yeah,
You know, there's
exactly.
all kinds of
Yeah.
practices that
Right.
help with that different type of
Yeah.
breathing.
Yeah.
But this open passage thing is really, this is something.
And the main thing is that it focuses you on breathing through your nose. So when you're sitting in the car, you just keep your mouth shut and just breathe in and out through your nose.
Not keeping the mouth shut, that's going to be a struggle.
There's another T-shirt, another Muddy Gnomes T-shirt.
Keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut. The nose knows.
The nose.
It says the OMG.
Take it from the OMG. They're not a sponsor yet.
No.
But mutesnoring.com.
Yeah.
If people want to look at these
Try them out.
ridiculous things.
I can highly
and they're
recommend them.
designed in Australia.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
I did not know that.
I mean, made in China, duh.
Yeah, of
but,
course.
You know, but designed in Australia. All right, that's fascinating. One more item I think we have today, and that it's somebody's birthday.
Somebody's birthday.
Birthday.
OMG!
OMG. It's your birthday tomorrow, right?
Saturday.
Saturday is your
Yay.
birthday.
Saturday is my actual birthday, January 13th from 1970.
Woo!
1970 classic. So 54, right?
Yes, let's talk about
Then
54.
I'm going, 6 years until I'm 60. And then I'm going, what do I want? Where do I want to be when I'm 60? Right?
Alive.
Alive, of course. I'm going to be 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F 60. I'm going to be 100.
So, speaking of 60,
Yeah.
I'll be 60 in April.
Woohoo!
The 60 is
Zero.
right here upon us.
I would
Wow.
never in a million years would have thought that.
Here we are. And you know what? Yeah, I had somebody, speaking of age, and to me the irrelevance of it.
Right.
But they were, wow, you're really getting up there. I was like, up there? What? And I'm like, yeah, I am up there. And
Right.
I feel so, I've never felt better in my life.
Yep.
I've never
great.
been happier in my entire life. And every day it's like, yeah, by getting older, it's like that number does sort of mess with your head a little. But for me, it's like, you know what? I'm grateful
Yeah.
to just be here.
I think it's awesome. I love getting older because you
Yeah.
know so much more.
You know so much more. You're able to apply it.
Yeah.
And really, at this point, it's not that age. It's not any other thing other than being flexible enough to get through the day.
Right.
Right? Get through the day, feel as strong as you can feel, do
Right.
everything you can in that direction, and
Yep.
it's easy. Nobody should really be fearing getting old. They should
No.
fear getting stagnant.
Right. Well, you know what they say, right? The goal in life is to get old as young as possible.
Yes. Well, I feel like I'm doing that.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Yeah, I
You
definitely
definitely
am.
are.
I mean, my hair's growing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's coming in nicely.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't. It's amazing.
I will be 57 in May.
Okay.
Woo!
All right.
This feels like a large number, but,
It's not really.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's all
not.
changing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we see a lot of people who are 100 years old living a great life.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just getting started.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Group hug.
Yeah.
Group hug. I love you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you to Junction Arts and Media for kindly letting us use their rockin' podcast studio.
Jam.
Jam on.
Happening at Jam.
Happy birthday, OMG.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you.
That's cool. And check us out on Instagram at Muddy Gnomes, muddygnomes.com. Check out the YouTube video feed of the podcast, or get us wherever you find your podcasts. That's it for episode 2. We will see you for episode 3.
Peace out.
Peace out. Let's go.
Let's go!